Good evening and welcome to Monkeys with Fire. How is everybody tonight? Hope you're all having a good week and you're ready for joining us tonight for a tabletop game. Let's say hello to the chat. We have, of course, Mystical Unicorn Painting and Lorna. Welcome to you both. Thank you for joining us. So then, what game are we playing tonight? We are playing a game of Swatch, the abstract game of art by Scott James under the Minerva Tabletop Gaming Design Studio. So this is a perfect game for a miniature painting channel, is it not? Good evening, Sarah. Welcome. You're ready when we are? Okay, let's bring you straight on in, yeah? Okay. Hello, Sarah.
Hello, hello.
How are you?
I'm good.
Excellent. How's your week been?
It's been...
It's been a week.
It's been a week.
Fair enough.
Been busy doing house things like fixing wood things and sanding and plastering and that sort of stuff.
But have you done any painting?
No.
Ooh.
Unless we call like plastering painting, then
No. We need that real paint. Plastering is preparation.
I did paint. I painted tiny little ghost faces on little pieces of glass to hang outside.
Oh, well, in that case, I think you might be starting this game because it does say that whoever painted most recently is the first player, so it could be you.
Right, I remember. Okay.
Okay, let's jump to the table and we can go through the game.
Okay, I'm trying to find a pen. I had a pen. I don't know where my pen went.
And as Mystical's pointing out, you painted the mermaid, which indeed you did.
That was... Okay, I have a pencil. That'll work.
I actually did some painting on Sunday, so I guess it depends how recently you did your painting.
When did you do some painting?
On Sunday.
I think I'll find out for sure. Hold on, I'll tell you when I painted something. I'll look it up. I'll look it up right quick.
I have started a secret hidden project. Started doing a little bit of painting. We'll be doing some more this weekend. We'll be showing you guys the results in the next week or so. Of
26th.
course, the 26th. That was Monday.
Okay, then I painted on Monday.
You painted on Monday? Oh, it looks like I might be starting in that. Oh, no, you're most recent. Yes, so yes, you will start then, won't you? Yes. Oh, okay. Well, there we go then. I chose you as being purple. I thought that might suit you. And just for ease of play, what I have done is I have already randomly chosen the swatches that we are trying to achieve. And I have sent you a photograph of your swatch. You are doing the sunken wreck. I thought that might be appropriate going forward. Some hints there for some of the miniature painters in the chat tonight. I shall be working on a swatch called Trick or Treat, which of course is reasonably thematic as we move into October. I have also sent you a photograph of the actual colour sets at the top. Let me get the correct term for those, make sure I'm doing it correctly. Yes, sorry, those are the swatch cards, and it's a scheme that I have already sent you. So that's correct. So, just to confirm the basis of this game, it uses the CMYK colour scheme. So that, of course, is cyan, yellow, and magenta. So, magenta and yellow makes red. Yellow and cyan makes green. And cyan and magenta makes blue. All right. So that's what you will be wanting to keep an eye on. Now, looking at your scheme, you're after a swatch from deck 2, a swatch from deck 5, and another swatch from deck 5. So the way that the game works is we are going to be able to put down our tokens on this first row, and we will be drawing up a card. We have the option of being able to play that card immediately, but also as part of our turn, we take a card from the deck, to which then we can play a card if we want to do so. Ultimately, we are going to be taking on in pigments. Pigments are the cubes of cyan, yellow, and magenta. And then we also have cards which allow us to mix. And when we mix the appropriate pigments together, we form the paints, which are red, green, and blue. When we do a mixing, we've got to do it exactly. So this particular card is saying mix 2. We would need to have 2 of one pigment, 2 of another pigment to then create those paints. And of course, it's got to be the same paint. So for example, if we were mixing for red, we would need to have 2 magenta, 2 yellow, which would give us 2 red. We cannot do 1 magenta, 1 yellow, 1 cyan to get a red and a green. So it's all of one colour in one mixing operation. Ultimately, the different swatches at the top, they do detail, and you have a photograph of this, at the top of the card it details exactly how many pigments are required for that particular swatch. And those pigments will then be converted to the actual paints. And ultimately, in your turn, you are able to purchase, if you have the correct number of paints, you are able to purchase one of those swatches, and you then add it to your sort of play area. Once you have created the 3 swatches that you require for your scheme, then potentially you have ended the game, because then it is down to how efficient you have been in terms of collecting your pigments and converting them into paints. If you still have pigment and paint left over, then we go through a process of you trying to get rid of those pigments and paints. Ultimately, once you have got rid of everything, or if you ended the game with 0 paints and pigments, then you are the ultimate winner. But if another player should end the game while you're still in your sort of end phase, and they end up with less pigments and paints, then they actually win the game. I think it's an interesting little turn for the fact of it's making you be efficient with your colour mixing, which of course, as miniature painters, we don't put huge amounts of paint on our mixing palette. We try to be efficient, don't we? And the game does reflect that. So I thought that was quite interesting when I played it a few days ago.
Quick question.
Yes, go ahead.
Our goal card that we're trying to make.
Yes.
I have to make 3 of those colors.
Yes, you have to pick up the 3 swatches. So you're after a card from deck 2 and 2 cards from 2 from 5. Yes.
Okay.
Now, what's going to happen? So we'll typically this would be hidden information, but of course, due to the nature of how we play, yours is visible so you can see, and I will just not be paying much attention on that at all. So for your swatch 2, ultimately you want to end up with 3 red, 3 green, and 1 blue, and that will get you that top card. For your swatch 5, you're after 2 red, 2 green, and 3 blue. But once you take that card, the next in the same swatch deck is 2 red, 1 green, and 4 blue. So remember,
2 red, 1 green, 4 blue.
But remember, I might be after a swatch card in deck 5, which means that things could alter. You could be trying to collect your pigments and paints to achieve a certain colour, and it might be taken before you. All right.
Can I ask another quick question?
Yeah, sure. Go ahead.
Is there a reason you made my swatch pirate themed?
Maybe.
Okay. Just if so, that's very kind of you.
maybe. Regulars of the channel might get that little, I suppose, that little in joke. But there we go. All right. Any other questions, or do you think, from you watching the video earlier today, do you think you have a good grasp on it?
Absolutely not, but let's do it.
Okay. The only thing that we need to talk about is the actual, when we're putting our tokens down. So we're going to start on this top row. And
it looks very different than the video. Okay.
Yes. Oh, yes. The graphics have changed since the video that you've watched, but the gameplay is the same. So what's going to happen?
So mix 4 colors, mix 2 colors, mix 1 color. That's what those mean.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Essentially, there are only 3 types of action. So mixing, adding pigments, so adding 5 yellow or 3 magenta on these here. The one card that we do not have out currently is trade. And what trade is of course, taking one of your pigments and trading it for another color from the supply, or you are forcing a trade on another player. So you could force your pigment onto me and take one of my pigments. So
trade is from the pack or a person.
Yes. So it's a potential way of stopping another player from doing what they're trying to do. Depends on what mood you are in.
Is round 1's 5?
Is what?
No,
sorry?
that's red, blue, and green. Never mind. I was like, wait, are the round ones? Is that 5 points? But then I was like, no, that's red, blue, green. I got it.
So the cubes are pigments. The round discs are paints once they have been converted. So what's going to happen?
Dear creator of Swatch, thank you for teaching children that red, blue, green is not the primary colors. I mean, that red, blue, yellow is not the primary colors. Thank you.
Well, this is it. It's using a different scheme, and that was very interesting when we played to try and get your head around, because of course, in school, and certainly when I was at school, it was red, yellow, blue. Primary colors.
Nothing makes red. Wrong. Yellow and magenta make red.
Exactly.
If that was the case, printers would require red, green, and blue. Red, yellow, and blue. And I kept seeing green because I'm looking at the screen, but it's not. It is. Yes. Okay. Sorry. Continue.
Yes, it made me smile. It made me smile because, of course, I do work with print colors as well, so I am kind of familiar with both sets. Okay, so what we're going to do is you're going to go first. You're going to get to put down one of your tokens on one of these cards, and when you take that card, you have the option of doing that action immediately and then discarding that card, or placing that card into your hand. Now,
so to make the red, I need to have for that first one, it's 3 red. So I would need to have at least 3 magenta and 3 yellow.
That's correct.
Okay.
And then you would want to have, to be efficient, you would want to have a card that said mix 3. Okay. Mm-hmm. Remember, if you only have 3 each of those pigments, you cannot use the mix 4 card because you must.
So if I had enough to mix 4, but the card only needed 3, I could keep that extra color, correct?
That's absolutely fine. Yes, you can keep the extra color, but you cannot do less of the mix. It's got to be the complete mix. All right. So you're going to be able to put down your token. Now, what is important, and let's just do a quick example here. Let's say you've put a token here, and I've put one there. And then I put one here, and one goes there. All right. We will do those actions on that row. And then for the next round, we go with the person whose token is furthest on the left. So you would, in fact, start the next row. And maybe, for example, you put your token down here. And then it would be me. So maybe I go here and here. And you move down here. And then for the next row, it is me that starts, and I could go just here, and we could carry on. So that is how the priority of whose turn it is when we start a round. When we get to the third row, what happens is we come back up to the top, and these cards will be refreshing as we move down.
So we have to play row by row?
Yes, we play row by row.
Oh, and the demonstration, it looked like they were playing all over.
No, it's row by row. So we'll work our way down. Okay. So we start on the first, then we'll go to second, then we go to third, then we'll go back to first, then to second, then to third. But new cards will be played out.
So, but when it's our turn, we can go anywhere.
Along the row.
Okay. Hey, by the way, thank you, Baron, for your sub.
Oh, excellent. Hey, Baron, how are you doing? Thank you so much for joining us.
And then am I the blue token? The purple token?
The purple, that is? Yes, you are the purple. I am the brownie red. Now, there is one aspect. If you are the last person to place a token in that particular round, depending on how the turn goes, what you are able to do, and I'm just going to make sure I get this correct. Just find it here. So, yeah, got that. Just finding it now in the instructions. Okay, so if you are the last player in a round to pick a card, you may instead choose to pick one from the row below the active row. So this is the active row. If you were the last person, so say for example, let's go like that and go there, and you are now the last person putting your token down, you can go to the row beneath. If you do this, you will not pick a card again in the next round, but you may still draw and play cards as normal. So what this allows you to do is effectively, you could go here to guarantee you to be the first player in the subsequent round, but it means that you do not. So if you do this, you will not pick a card again in the next round, but you may still draw and play cards as normal. So in each round, every time you place down a token, you will be taking a card from the deck. All right, so you'll still get to do that, but you will not be able to take up one of the cards on this row. So it's a way of, I suppose, getting down and blocking a card because nobody else can take it, and it's a way to also guarantee that you would be the first person potentially for the next row. So there's maybe some tactical advantages to doing that.
For the sub, Roger.
All right. Hey, Roger, yes, thank you so much for the sub. We were just explaining how to play Swatch. I think we are good to go. It's, as with any game, once we get started, it'll all fall into place. So, Sarah, you are going first.
We start with a card?
No, you do not.
Okay. So then I'm going to do add 5 yellow.
You're going to add 5 yellow. Okay, so there we go. So, first of all, so you do have the option. So let's just we'll start this off. You can take a card from the deck straight away to put into your hand. So you can either do that first, or you can take a card from the active row and deal with that, and then draw a card from the deck. Should we always take a card from the deck first, just to make it sort of clear for us, so we don't lose count? Yeah. So let's do that. Let's take your card.
That he's lost. Can you go back to the red, blue, and yellow conversation?
Yes, Baron. So what we're doing is we have pigments. Our pigments are CYM. Hang on, is it no, it's CMY, isn't it? CMY. So it's cyan, magenta, and yellow. We convert our pigments into paints, which are red, green, and blue. Magenta and yellow make red. Yellow and cyan make green, and cyan and magenta make blue. This is actually something didn't we do this as part of a challenge last year that we worked from the CMY
with Instar
scheme?
Paint?
Yes, it was. I think it was, wasn't it? So we should all be good at this. So here we go. So Sarah, in your hand, you do have a card which allows you to add 6 magenta. Okay.
Okay, so I'm gonna go with the yellow card.
But you're still going to go with a yellow card. So you're going to take that. Now you have the option. Do you want to play that card straight away?
Yes.
Yes. So discard the card, and you're going to take 5 yellow. Okay. So now, still in your turn, you have the choice of, do you want to play the card that's in your hand?
Yes.
So you're going to get 6 magenta. All right. Nice and easy. What's not going to be easy is getting all of these cubes out of my little containers.
Into your hand, you silly goose.
There we go. All right. So you've got some pigments already. That's your turn. What I am going to do then, so it's over to me. I'm going to go to, well, first of all, I'm going to draw a card. So I have my card done. I'm going to take this card, mix 4, and I'm just going to put it in my hand. I'm not going to do it. All right. And then I'm not going to play anything, so it goes over to you.
Mix 2.
So you're going to mix 2, was that, yeah? So first of all, okay, yeah, let's take a card. It's add 4 cyan. So you want to go to mix 2. Okay. Do you want to play that card immediately?
Sure.
Yep. So you're just mixing 2 of your colors here. So you're going to get 2 red. There we go. 2 red. You also picked up a cyan card. Do you want to take that?
Yes.
Okay. You got 4 cyan. 3 and 4. Done. Okay. I should take up a card because it's now my turn. Okay, I can see what that is. I'm going to go to add 3 magenta, and I'm going to play that straight away. Oh, put those. We just put them there so you can kind of see. There we go. And I'm going to play a card. I am doing a trade 1 with the supply or another player. I'm going to give you a magenta, and I'm going to take a yellow.
Oh.
Okay, done. So we now finish that first round, and now what we do is we start the second round. So it now starts with me, and what I shall do is I will come here. First of all, I will take a card, and I'm going to go here. I'm going to add 5 yellow. I'm going to play that straight away. That looks like 5 yellow to me. Done. And I'm going to play a card, mix 2. 2 yellow, 2 magenta. Gets me 2 red. Ooh, done. Over to you.
I'm going to mix 1.
You are going to, so you're going to take this one.
I'm going to pick up a card first.
Yeah, pick your card up. So your card is add 5 cyan. So we go to the mix 1 first. Do you want to do that immediately?
Yes, please. Let's make a blue.
Make a blue. So that's a yellow and a cyan. Gets you a blue. Done. You have the option of playing the card in your hand.
Yes.
Yep. So 5. The one thing I did not explain as I was going through the rules is that when you draw up cards, or when you have cards in your hand, as part of your turn, let me just make sure I get this correct. To play a card, perform that card's action, then discard it. Or discard it and also discard a colour token from your palette. So that is how you're able to get rid of cards. So as opposed to playing the card and doing the action, you discard the card to get rid of paints in your palette. All right. Okay, so you've had your cyan. It's now your turn again.
I don't get to draw up another card, do I? I do.
You do. Sorry. Yes, you do. Yes, you're quite right. So it's a mix one. But now you must place down your token.
Mm-hmm. All right, let's do the magenta.
So you're to the magenta. Are you taking those 5 right now?
Sure.
Okay. Oh, Baron. I remember I explained at least 90% of the rules before we get started. So there's 5 magenta. Done. Okay. Would you like to do the card?
Yes, please.
Okay, so what are you mixing?
Let's make a green.
Am I just wanting to make sure, am I doing right? Yes, you may play a card from your hand. Yes. Okay.
Is it one or the other, or are you allowed to do 2?
What do you mean do 2?
Like, are you allowed to do 2 actions every single time?
Yeah, well, yeah, I mean, so basically when you pick the card up, so pick a card from the active row and replace it with your token, then choose one of the following. Play the card immediately, or put the card in your hand, or discard it to also discard a colour token from your palette. Okay, so those are the 3 things you can do when you've picked up a card from the active row. But after that, you may play a card from your hand.
Okay.
All right, and then so these actions, then take these actions once in any order, which is you must pick a card and place your player token, and then you may play a card from your hand. So effectively, yes, you do kind of get 2 actions. It's just one's mandatory, the other is optional. Okay, so I think. So did you say you were doing a mix one, wasn't you? And you wanted a green? Yes, that's correct. That's a cyan and a yellow. Gets you a green. Done. Okay. Over to me. I am going to go there, but I'm going to take a card first. And I'm going to add. Well, I'm just going to do that 6 cyan immediately. That's 3. And that's 6. And what I am going to do is I'm going to play a card from my hand, which is mix 4. So we will do 4 cyan with 4 yellow. Gets me 4 green. Okay. That done. I'm just double checking to make sure I'm doing this correctly. Yep, I think I am. Okay, yeah, looking good. Right, so before we move on, replan this top row. Oh, there's lots of yellows. Okay. Right. So we now move down another row, and it starts with me. I am going to... What am I going to do? What am I going to do? I'm going to take the mix 1. First of all, I'll take a card. Okay. I will take that mix 1 and just put it into my hand. And I am going to play a card, which is add 6 yellow. That's 3. There's 6. Alright, done. It then goes over to me again. First of all, take a card. Yep. And I will take the 4 magenta.
Did it go to you again?
Yes, because my 2 tokens were at the front. And we just work our way from left to right. So I go here. I take the 4 magenta. 3. That's 4. And I'm going to play a card. I'm going to mix 2. So 2 magenta, 2 yellow. Gets 2 red. Okay, go on. There we go. Right, over to you now.
Okay. Draw a card.
Draw a card. You have 5 cyan.
So I'll go to mix 1.
You're going to go to, and I'm going to assume it's going to be the first one. So you have the option. Do you want to play that now?
No.
Okay.
Let's play the add 5.
You're going to do the add 5 instead. All right, that's cool. So play that. Add 5. 2. 4. And 5. All right, done. And now it's your turn again.
Do we draw a card?
You do. So drawing a card, you get a mix 2.
Okay, and then since I'm last, I can go to the top level.
You can. So let me just go through this again, just to make sure we are getting it clear. So if you are the last player in a round to pick a card, you may instead choose to pick one from the row below the active row, which in this instance becomes the top row. If you do this, you will not pick a card again in the next round, but you may still draw and play cards as normal.
Okay. I'll take that add 6 yellow.
So you're going to go there. You may instead choose to pick one from the active row below. If you do this, you will not pick a card again in the next round. So yes, so you take that card now, but you're not going to obviously, but then that token will not do anything next turn. It will only be your other token that gets to do something. I think that makes sense, doesn't it? Yes.
And yes, so, I'm playing that now.
So you're taking that and you want to play that 6 right now. So that's 2, 4, and 6. Okay. Now it did say, and Roger's got a good point there. You will not be able to pick the card, but you may still draw and play cards as normal. So when it comes to your turn for this one, you will draw your card as normal, but that will be it. And you can play cards as normal.
So for now, I'm going to play the mix 2 out of my hand.
Yep.
I'll make 2 greens.
2 greens. So 2 of those, 2 of those. And that gets you 2 greens. All right, done. So that effectively was the end of that round. We need to this level back on in. Done. All right. So, yeah, so what's going to happen is I'm going to start, but I can't take that first spot because you've already jumped ahead of me, in effect. So, yes, that's going to be interesting. It's going to be... You've already sort of secured where you're going on this one. Okay, I can see how that works for you now. Right, so what do I want to do?
Just an added bonus. I just wanted that yellow card.
Did you? Oh, right, okay. Well, fair enough then. Fair enough. Well, this is it. I mean, I will be the last person on this row, so I have the option to be able to do something similar if I want, so, but we'll see. Let's just double check and make sure I'm doing this correctly. I need those. I need that. So... I will go... I'm going to go to the add 4 yellow. So first of all, sorry, I should take a card. I'm going to add the 4 yellow and take that immediately. So that's 4. Do that. And I will play a card of mix 2. 2 magenta, 2 yellow. Gets me 2 more red. Remember, at any time in your turn, if you have sufficient paints, you can purchase your swatch. It goes over to you. So you'll get to do this token just here.
Pick the yellow.
You're going to go for the yellow. So first,
we need to draw a card.
So this one draws a card. Trade 1. You're going to go to the yellow. Are you going to take those yellows?
Yes, please.
Okay. So 2 yellows. Done.
And then I'm going to use my mixed 1 card.
Ooh. Mixed 1.
I'm going to make red.
Make a red, so that's a yellow and a magenta.
And then buy that card.
Which card are you buying?
Number 2.
Number 2. So that's 3 red, 3 green, 1 blue. Excellent. One blue, and you have your first card. Done. There you go. Nice and easy. Okay, and so it's going to go to me, and I'm going to do the same trick that you did. I'm going to... Oh, but I can't. Oh, hang on. I'm going to... Well, here we go. I will draw my card first. Because you can do it in any order, I can play a card, but that's not going to help me, is it? Not going to help me. Ah! Okay. I'm going to go there. It's not helping me at all. But I want to take that card, so I'm going to have those 5 magenta. 3, 5. Done. Alright.
And then I can draw a card.
So, load all of that up. So...
No, but for my second turn still, I gotta go. My second turn?
Yes, because you should take a card for that one, shouldn't you?
Yeah, so that mix 1 should have gone to me first, because that was the first card you pulled up. That should be the card that I drew.
That mix 1, I mean, down at the bottom here. Okay.
That's the first... No, the one on the left, I think, is the first one you put out.
Oh, this one here?
I mean, yeah, either one. They both do the same thing.
Yeah, no, I only refilled this one, so that's the one that goes there. Let's just put that in there. Okay, that's fine. But that's it. That one doesn't do anything other than just receive a card, isn't it? But you can play a card.
So, but I can still do that action, right?
Yeah, you can play the card, yeah.
Okay, let's make a red.
Let's make a red, okay. So the mix goes there. So that's a magenta and a yellow.
Can I play the second one or no? No, I don't.
No. So that gets you a red. Okay. So starting on this top row. Did I get a card then for playing him or not? Is he going to be last?
No, because you just did him.
I just did him, didn't I? Yeah.
Yeah, so this time you'll just get a card for him. You won't get to move him.
Yes, exactly. So you go first, so you get a card.
I'll take that mix 3.
And you're going to go mix 3 down at the bottom here. And you're doing that now, or is it going in?
Yes, please.
Yep. And what are you mixing?
Let's make 2 greens.
Well, no, it's got to be 3 greens. It was a mix 3.
Yeah, I know, but I'm making 2 greens and a different color.
You can't do that. That's what I did say that right at the start. It's all of the same color.
Okay, then let's make 3 blues.
3 blues. Okay, so that's going to be 3 of those and 3. So 3 cyan, 3 magenta. Okay, we get 3 blues. Come on. There we go. That and that. Done.
And then I'll do a trade.
Okay, trade 1, yeah. So what are you trading?
I'll trade you 1 of your blues for a magenta.
Okay. Ugh. Right. So it comes along. So I take a card. And I will go to the add to cyan. I'm going to take that straight away. And I'm going to play a card, which is mix 3. I'm going to mix my 3 cyan with my 3 magenta. Give me 3 blues. And can I do what I want to do? Let's just take a moment to see. So I've got 4 red, 1 green, 2 blues. Put those away. And that gets me card number 6. Done. Okay, so over to you.
I'll take that mix 2. Oh wait, I gotta draw a card first.
Draw a card. You're getting 6 magenta. So you want to go to mix 2?
Yes, please, and I'll do it right away, and I'll make 2 green.
2 green. So it's 2 of those, 2 of those. 2 green. Done. I'll put you.
And then I'll take the 6 magenta.
You're going to take the 6 magenta. All right. Two, 4, 5, 6. Done. Now, if I was kind of last, I didn't take a card for him, did I? So I should.
No, you do. Now you take a card.
I now take my card, and I can now play a card. So I will. None of that helps me. I'm going to mix one yellow and a magenta. Get a red. All right. We replan that top row. And we start with you. So you take a card, which is a mix 3. Where are you going?
I'll take that mix 1.
You're taking the mix 1. And what do you want to do?
And I'm going to make a red.
You're going to make 1 red.
Yep, and then I'll buy a card.
So that and that. Yes, that. What card are you going for?
Number 5.
Number 5. 2 red, 2 green, 3 blue. You're very efficient on these paints, aren't you? But you're gonna have to get rid of some of these pigments you've got. So that was number 5. Done. All right.
And then I guess we're gonna do my mix 3 card.
Yep.
And we'll make 3 blues.
3 blues. 3 of those. 3 of these. Okay, done. Over to me. I am going to take the 6 cyan. First of all, I should take a card. So let's just take that. Okay. I take the 6 cyan. I'm going to take them straight away. Two, 4, 6. What can I do? What do I want to do? Just to double check. That's not going to help. Hang on a sec. We don't know that. Okay. Let's do that. 2 of that. So 4 of those. Okay. Yeah, put those there. So we're going to make 4 green because I'm going to use that mix 4. Oh. Yeah, okay. Well, we're going to do it. We're committed to doing it. 4 green. 2. 4. Let's see. Okay, so I am doing 2 red, 4 green, and 1 blue. Gets me card 2. Okay. Gotta make sure I keep an eye on what I'm actually trying to achieve. How do you win the game, says Roger. So basically what we're trying to do is create our swatch of colours here, our scheme. Sarah's after a card from deck 2 and 2 cards from deck 5. So far she has a card from deck 2 and 1 from deck 5. So she's only got 1 more card to get from deck 5. Once a player has achieved their scheme, it is then a case of when the next player achieves a scheme, who then was the most efficient. So Sarah may or may not have to get rid of some of her pigments and paints to make her look more efficient, depending on where I'm up to. Alright. So that's how we're going to determine the winner. It is going to be the person who's able to complete their scheme and being the most efficient with their paints and pigments. Because you don't want to mix a load of paint on your palette and not use it. Oh, hello, Maren, welcome. Sorry, didn't see you. Was focused on the game. And yes, songs are on a specific basis. So that song, I'm afraid, will no longer be played because we don't play the game that's relevant for it anymore now. There'll be new songs coming on in different games in the future, of course. So that was my turn done. Sarah, over to you.
I'm going to take the mix 2.
Going to turn the next 2. Well, first of all, let's give you a card, which is add 5 magenta. And you're taking the mix 2. Do you want to do that right now?
No.
No? Okay.
I'm going to trade 1.
You're going to trade 1. Okay.
Yeah, I'll trade. Oh, wait. You don't have yellows, do you?
I have 1 yellow.
Oh, then I'm going to take it. And
Okay.
I'll give you a magenta.
A magenta back. Oh, well, thank you very much. That's perfect. Thank you. That's just what I wanted. Okay, that's your turn. It is mine. I'll take a card first. And I will take the add 5 cyan, and I will use that straight away. So 2, 4, 5. And I'm going to do a look. What am I doing? Yes, I'm going to do a mix 3. So 3 magenta, 3 cyan. Gets me 3 blue. Okay. Right, done. We start then with Sarah.
Okay, I'll take a mix 1. Now, if you have like a mix 2, but you can only mix 1, can you do less than what it says?
Nope, you're going to do exactly what it says.
Okay, then I'm going to take that mix 1.
So you're going to go mix 1 just here. First of all, give a card, which is add 4 cyan.
Draw a card.
Okay. So mix 1. Are you doing that right now?
Okay, we're going to do it instantly. Yeah, let's make a blue.
So that's a magenta and a cyan.
And then we'll play a card. We'll play the mix 2.
You're going to do a mix 2. So you're playing that card.
We're going to make 2 reds.
2 reds. So that's 2 yellows, 2 magentas.
And then am I allowed to discard now, or do I have to wait?
No, you have to wait because you've played your card. It's as opposed to playing a card, you discard a card. Yeah, so you'll have to wait for that now. All right, so you got some blues, you got some reds. I draw up a card, and checking. Right, so I'm going to put down. I'm going to put down my token on the mix 2. I'm going to draw that card up, but I'm not going to play it. I'm going to... Oh, hang on. I'm going to play my trade card. Trade 1. I'm going to give you a cyan and take a magenta. All right. Just going to take those cards to shuffle. It is over to you.
Okay, so we'll draw a card.
Yeah, so your card is a trade 1. Where would you like to place your... Shuffling these up?
I'll take that mix 2 and put it in my hand.
You're going to take the mix 2, put it in your hand. Let me just make sure I've got this done. There we go. So you're going mix 2, put it in your hand. Okay. You want to play a card from your hand?
Do you have any yellow?
Nope. You can see what I've got now.
I'll discard.
Which card do you want to discard?
Let's discard add magenta.
Add magenta, okay. So you're getting rid of that card. And what do you want to discard?
The magenta.
The magenta. Okay. Magenta's gone. Done. Good evening, Amberden. Welcome. I will draw up a card. I am going to go to mix 3. I'm just going to take that into my hand. I'm going to play mix 1 instead. I hope I'm doing this right. Alright, 1, 2. I got that. Yeah. So it's a magenta and a cyan. Will get me a blue. And then I will trade these in. So 1 red, 2 green, 4 blues.
I just forgot that I could have traded from the store.
Yes. Yeah, it's trading from a player or trading from a store. Yes. That is true. But I can't remember what you... Well, you took one from me, didn't you? But I can't remember what it was. That was a couple of turns ago now. So we'll just have to stick with it, I'm afraid. So what have we got? I've got a 2, a 4, and a 6. So I have done the trick or treat scheme. So in effect, I finish with 2 pigments and a paint. I guess ultimately now it's down to how quickly you either get rid of or actually complete your scheme. So you need to get another, what is it, another card 5? So I think you're just 1 away, aren't you? So you can still, this is still possible. So keep going. We need to load up this bottom row. Okay, it's starting with you.
Wouldn't it start with you though, since you're first in the row, or no?
Yes, sorry, yes, it does. It does start with me. Of course it does. Sorry, my mistake. Right. So what I'm going to do then is because I don't want to add anything, so let me just make sure I'm correct on this. So you must pick a card, and you can either play the card immediately, put the card in your hand, or discard it to also discard a token. So I'm just going to go here. I'm going to discard the card to get rid of one of my tokens. Okay, so that's it. Over to, oh, so again, it's over to me again. I'm going to go here, get rid of that card, get rid of another token. All right, so now it's over to you.
And draw a card.
You do. So, card is a mix 1.
Okay, so I'm going to do the magenta and discard it to get rid of one of my blues.
You're going to go to the magenta, discarding it to get rid of one of your blues.
And then my next trick, I will trade one of my blues for a yellow from the bank.
Yep. So trading that gets rid of the blue, brings in the yellow. Okay. And then it is your final turn.
Okay.
You see. Go on, do it.
I'm gonna mix one.
Well, hang on. No, you have to move your token first into one of these. So you got to do that, even though you don't necessarily have to do what's on the card.
All right, move it into the mix 4.
Exactly. Yes. Mix 4. So that goes into there.
Mix 1.
And you're going to use your mix 1 to get yourself the green that you want.
Yeah, and then take number 5.
And then you're taking number 5. And because your paints are exact 2 red, 1 green, and 4 blue, you effectively, you win. Because you've managed to get to your scheme and have nothing. Whereas even though I got to the end of the game first, I still have paint on my palette. So, yeah. Sarah always wins.
I don't always win.
So there you go. So that is a game of Swatch. What do you think?
I like it. That's fun.
It's interesting, isn't it?
Yeah, because if you don't get the cards you need, though, you can be really screwed.
Yes. Which, of course, there is a little bit of luck in the way that the cards are drawn out. But the good thing about it is it plays pretty fast, yeah? So, I mean, we've managed to do this within an hour, and that was explaining some of the rules as well. So, once you've played it a couple of times, you will blast through it. Obviously, I liked it because of the theme. It obviously fits very, very well with the channel. Us being miniature painters for the most part, we understand about mixing colours, and maybe this might encourage some people to do some mixing. Because there's wonderful schemes. I really like all the schemes in the game. Let's just take a look. Oh, wrong one. What have we got here?
Do you want to play again or no?
No, we will move on. We're just going to take a quick look here. We've got Vineyard Vibes, Volcanic Island, White Christmas. So there's a good selection of colours here, which of course all works very, very nice. So there you go. So that is a game of Swatch. Right. Yeah, I think we will wrap up at that because I think that's enough for us to be able to sort of go through. So I know that you guys in the chat, of course, have been talking about the challenge. The teaser for the challenge will happen on Saturday. We will then have the unboxing and the participation lottery occurring on Tuesday evening from 7 o'clock. If you are unable to attend, but you have made me aware that you are interested, then what we'll do is we will put your name down into the lottery. Obviously, it's all dependent on the number of people who are interested. If you're not there, then of course, should your name be called, we'll have to make a best guess as far as which miniature you might be interested in. Unlike previous challenges, there are a choice of miniatures. We're not all painting the same one, but we are painting miniatures from the same theme. Okay. But it will be all down to, obviously, the number of people who take part on the Tuesday evening. All right. So, and, you know, there will be a little bit of priority in regards to VIPs and also then newcomers to it. Because we want to invite new people in on these challenges as well. But there's quite a few miniatures, so I think we'll be okay. So that's going to happen on Tuesday, and then on Thursday, we're going to take a look at another game, and this is going to be slightly different. So Sarah, I'd like, if you're possible, to join me, because it's a game where we're going to be teasing what the game is as opposed to playing the game, but we're going to be using some interesting technology to be able to present it. And just we'll have a little bit of a look and a little bit of a discussion about it, more than actually playing it, because it's a game where we do not want to spoil anything. But leading up to Trick or Treat, this might be the perfect game for people to have if they might be inviting some friends or family over. So look forward to seeing that next Thursday. Oh, you don't know how close you might be with that statement. Okay.
It's for if you want to invite some friends.
you may not have friends after this. No, it's well. I've been away the last couple of days. I was in a appropriately themed location and played this game, and wow, it was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun. It's perfect for the end of October. So that's something. So, you know, again, the theme that I was doing, Trick or Treat, is very relevant. Amberden, hope they are large-scale figures. Just to answer your question, they are all 28mm scaled figures. There is no difference in the scale, but some of the miniatures are larger than others. We'll just leave it at that. All right, so, well, thank you so much, Sarah, for playing. Well done on your very efficient win.
Thank you.
All right. Have a wonderful weekend and look forward to seeing you next week.
All right. Well, thanks for letting me play with the colors. That was fun.
You're welcome. I'm glad you enjoyed.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Bye now. And so our thanks to Sarah for playing tonight's game of Swatch. An efficient win, most definitely. A lot of fun. Really enjoyed the game. Certainly going to play it again on the channel in the weeks to come. I hope everybody has a wonderful weekend, and I look forward to teasing the MWF challenge on Saturday. Be sure to be following the channel's social media links for that, and then of course the big reveal happening on Tuesday, with also another game next Thursday night. But until then, have a wonderful weekend and see you soon. Bye for now.